What's going on, Giants fans? Good morning. It is Tuesday, March 15th. What can I say? We were players last year in the free agency. We're not very big players this year, and it's okay. That's what happens when your exiting GM leaves you with zero money to work with. That's what happens when your horrible, incompetent GM overpays free agents the year previous, like a Kenny Galladay, like a Logan Ryan, like an Adoree Jackson, like a Leonard Williams. That's what happens when you have a very incompetent, delusional general manager like we did in Dave Gettleman. The next year, when you have a new GM, it's not going to be very exciting. It's not going to be very much fun. So I know it's discouraging, especially yesterday when free agency popped off and all these teams were spending big money. You know, the Jaguars going after players, the Chargers signing the top cornerback in the free agent class, J.C. Jackson. The Buccaneers, Brady came back and they're re-signing their guys. The Eagles making an offer to Hassan Reddick. And the Giants are just making little camp body signings, little depth signings. It's discouraging. It's very boring to watch, but it's what's needed. It's what's needed to turn this team around. We got to stop overpaying for the big price tag free agents. That's what's really got us in this mess with no cap space. We got to build our own talent. We got to draft well and just develop our own homegrown talent. And I believe that's what Joe Schoen wants to do, and I believe that's what he will do for us. I have faith in him. He's a very smart man. He's been around the league. He's been working with a lot of good football minds. So I trust Joe Schoen. I think he's going to do the right thing for us. And you just got to sit back and be patient, knowing that we're not going to get the big fish this time around. And it's okay. I don't expect to be good anyway next year, so it's really okay. Again, it does suck. I will say this. I'll admit it. It is very boring and not very exciting to see other teams spend money while your team is already bad to begin with and they just don't have money to spend. But it will all work out in the end. I really, truly believe that. Anyway, just want to update on the guys that we did sign. In case you missed it, we started off the day re-signing C.J. Board, the wide receiver we had last year. Didn't get much playing time, but when he did get on the field and when he did get the ball, he made some pretty nice catches. He's a good receiver. He works hard. And we'll just see. I mean, he's not guaranteed to make the final roster. I think he's just a training camp body, and if he makes a team, albeit. We also picked up Robert Foster, a receiver he was on the Cowboys practice squad a couple years ago, I think last year as well. I believe he used to be a Bill, so Joe Schoen really knows him well. Again, a lot of people are like, why am I getting excited off of Robert Foster? Who is Robert Foster? That's a great question. I really don't know who Robert Foster is. All I know is that he used to play for the Bills. He was on the Cowboys practice squad, and now he's a New York Football Giant. It's still yet to be seen if he's good or not. Do I think he will make the team? Who knows? Honestly, with a new GM in town, everyone has their favorites. And I know a lot of guys are worried, when Dave Gettleman was here, he was bringing guys from the Panthers, like a Jonathan Stewart, who was overrated and just old at that point. This guy, I believe, is only 26, 27. He's 6'2". He's got some nice framework to him. He's got some good hands, good speed. And I honestly just think he's just a camp body. He's just going to compete for a spot. Maybe he'll be a kick returner. I know he's got the speed to be. Maybe he'll just be a gunner on special teams. Who knows? Again, I got a lot of comments saying, why are we getting excited about these bums like C.J. Board and Robert Foster? Sometimes these cheap deals are just to fill roster space. That's all. But I will be pleased with Joe Schoen has addressed the offensive line yesterday. We picked up our new center, I believe, if Nick Gates is not ready to go. We have signed 1-year deal to the Bills' former center, John Feliciano. He's a fellow Paisan, so I'm happy with that. The dude is a very good guy, very good center. He was the Bills center the last 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. He's better than what we got, and it was on a cheap deal. Joe Shane knows him very well. So does Brian Dable, playing with him and coaching him in Buffalo. So that was a good piece. And we signed a guard from the Indianapolis Colts, Mark, I forget his last name, Mark Glowinski, I think. Sorry, it's very early. We signed him to a 3-year, $20 million deal. He was ranked, I think, the 26th best guard in the NFL last year. He's a very good run blocker, and that's exactly what we need if we want to hold on to Saquon Barkley. He helped Jonathan Taylor create massive holes. Him and Quentin Nelson worked very well together. Hopefully he can work very well with the rest of our O-line, and if anyone we draft in the near future. So I'm happy about that. Joe Shane has finally addressed the offensive line. We're not signing overrated bums like Nate Solder, giving him the highest contract as a left tackle in NFL history like we did with Dave Gettleman. So I'm happy. I'm happy that we're finally making some moves on the offensive line. We're trying to get better. It's a brick-by-brick rebuild. Start off in the trenches and then just work your way up to the skill positions. We're not done. A lot of guys think, oh, we fixed the offensive line. These are just Band-Aids, I think, for a couple years, maybe a year or so, until the guys that hopefully we draft this year in the first round are more veterans and, just more familiar with the NFL. But these aren't our anchors. These aren't our franchise anchors. They won't be here for a while, but they are pretty good Band-Aids for the time being. And that's what we need. We need to fix the O-line in the short term and also the long term. The long term will be coming from the draft. The short term will be coming from free agent signings and waiver wire pickups. We're not done yet. I know. Like I said before, you just got to be patient. This is a new regime, a new GM. It's his first time being a GM, but he's a very good talent evaluator, and he has a lot of good guys working beside him that know what they're doing. I truly believe this is the first time I can honestly say I truly believe and have faith and confidence that the Giants know what they're doing right now. And that is because I believe John Mara has backed away, Steve Tisch has backed away, and they're just letting the football guys run the football team, and that is exactly what we needed for years. I saw a stat yesterday that says when Evan Ingram signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Giants have had 11 first-round picks that they have failed to play or sign a second-year contract. The last time we had a first-round pick that signed and played on a second deal was Matthias Kiwanuka. That is awful. That is awful. That is pathetic. That is embarrassing. And that cannot and will not, hopefully, happen ever again. Now, yes, Odell Beckham did sign a second contract, but he got paid and then traded. So technically, that does not count. Sterling Shepard wasn't a first-round pick, but he has played on his second contract. He was a second-round pick, if I'm not mistaken. But 11 straight first-round picks since Matthias Kiwanuka has not played on their second contract. That tells you all you need to know about our previous two general managers. Jerry Reese, yes, he won us 2 Super Bowls, but after those 2 Super Bowls, he was horrible. Him and Mark Ross, horrible talent evaluators. Then came Dave Gettleman, the man everyone thought was going to save the team because he took the 15-1 Panthers to the Super Bowl. He was drafting guys like Kelvin Benjamin, Luke Kuechly, McCaffrey, Josh Norman late in the 6th, 7th round. He was even worse. So, that hopefully will never happen again. Hopefully we can re-sign our first-round picks after their rookie contract is up. Hopefully our new regime and Joe Shane and Brian Dable will stick around for a while and build this team up the right way. Other than that, I will continue to update on any free agent signings we have coming up in the near future. I really don't know if we're going to trade Barkley, and apparently the market on James Bradbury is becoming pretty cold. I don't want to cut him because he's still useful, but I'm afraid Joe Shane might cut him. I don't think a restructured contract, I'm not really good with all the numbers in the NFL, but I don't think a restructured contract would help us that much. So hopefully we can find a trade partner, 4th round pick, trade him away. Anything less, hopefully we can restructure and keep him. But that's all I got for this morning. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. It's Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. So enjoy your tacos if you're eating Taco Tuesday, if you follow that rule. In my family, we sure as hell eat tacos on Tuesday. Anyway, guys, I will continue to update the free agent wire as soon as more things come to fruition. Until then, as always, stay blessed, stay healthy, and let's go G-Man.